Hola YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. I am Beauty by Loreal. Thank you so much for coming and spending time with me today. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you will be alerted anytime I upload a new video. Go ahead and share this video and interact with me in the comments so we can go ahead and get a conversation started. And this is just going to be a quick got things to do, gotta get out the door, but I want to look somewhat presentable as I'm getting out the door. So this is a quick 10 to 15 minute process where the products are drastically reduced, really quick, concise, and to the point. First thing we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to go ahead and prime our actual eyelids and eyebrows per usual. Next thing we're going to go ahead and use is going to be our Benefit. This is the Goof Proof Brow Pencil, and I have mine in shade 6. So now that we have the actual brows done, and we're going to go ahead and do the eyeshadow. We'll come back and clean the brows up just a little bit later when we pull out the concealer. But today's eyeshadow look is going to be done with Juvia's Place palettes. We're going to be using the Sahara by Juvia's Place. I'm going to be taking one of my Jessup blending brushes. It doesn't have a number or anything on it, but it's just a fluffy blending brush. And we're just going to put just a little bit of warm in this actual crease. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take Zama from the Warriors 2 palette by Juvia's. Zama is this color right here. We're going to go ahead and go in here and just put this down through the crease. And we're just placing product down right now. We're not blending or doing anything just yet. And next we're going to take a Sigma Tapered Blending E40. And we're going to go ahead and deepen that just a little bit. We're going to take Sakoto, this shade right here, and the Saharan by Juvia's. And after we have that down, we'll go ahead and take our original fluffy brush that we was using to blend with. And we're going to go ahead and go into the Zulu by Juvia's, and we're going to take this deep chocolate brown, this one right here. And we'll go ahead and pull out our brush cleaner. This is by the Crayon Case. And that same brush, you only use 2 brushes. We'll go ahead and clean that off on the inside. Now we'll go ahead and start blending out. And now we're going to go back in with just a smaller brush. And we're going to go ahead and go into the Warriors 2 palette. And now we're going to go ahead and pull into Kufuru, this one right here. And I'm also going to be dipping into Jamata, this one right here. So we're going to go back and forth in between the two. And then we'll take, we're going to take that Sigma Tapered E40 that we had. We're going to go ahead and clean that off. And now we're just going to go ahead and blend that through. And we're going to go ahead and take Zaz. And Zaz is the Bone White shade in the Warriors 2 palette, right here in the bottom. This one right here. And with my finger, just gonna go in and put that on the lid. And I'll go back into my Sigma E40 and I'll pick up a little bit of this brown and a little bit of this black. This is gonna be Kufuru and Shawata. Just a little bit, and just blend that right here on the edge. And I'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye. And the rubbing motions across your eyelid will help this finger blend with the eyeshadow. And then we'll go back in with our original brush with no extra product and just go around that. So there aren't any harsh lines in the actual eyeshadow. And now that we have that done, we are done with that part of the actual eyeshadow. And we'll go ahead and take the Rimmel Skindinavia Waterproof Kohl Kajal Eyeliner in black. And we'll go ahead and tight line both our upper and lower waterline. We're going to go ahead and use concealer to go ahead and just tie the actual look together and clean everything up. So when we go in to actually do this, I'm actually going to be using ColourPop No Filter concealers, and I'm going to be using the shade Deep 70 and Rich Tan 65. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and take the lighter of the two shades and actually go across the face to pull everything together. And the lighter one is what I'll actually use under my eyes. And it's cleaned up. And we'll go ahead and blend this out. We're going to use the Loreal sponge, the butt part. And we're going to go ahead and get this all blended out. Just got it in my brow. And then we'll go in with the shade 1 that's a little bit lighter than that. We're going to go in with Deep Golden 60 under the eyes just to lighten up this area, because that foundation is coming out. The concealer, those are the ones I typically use when I'm just in a hurry and a rush. It's a little bit red and a little bit darker, but it works wonderfully when I'm actually just needing to do something real quick, be gone, and it's going to stay in place. These ColourPop concealers are amazing. Now I'm going into Tan 50 just to lighten in this area. And we'll go ahead and blend that out with the top. And now we're going to go ahead and use the Kat Von D Lock-It Powder in golden. Ooh, in golden. And we'll go ahead and set right underneath those eyes. And now we're going to go ahead and set the rest of the face with the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Powder. And we're going to be using my Morphe E42 to go in here and set down the rest of the face. Okay, so now that we have the base completed out, now we're just going to go ahead and go into the actual cheek products. I'm actually going to... What's going on today? I'm actually going into the Too Faced Sugar Peach Face and Eye Palette. And we're going to be using those. So I'm going to be going into Sugared Peach. I'm going to be going into Sugared Peach. I'm using my Real Techniques by Sam and Nick. This is their cheek pop brush for blush. And I'm going into Sugared Peach. And I'm going to go right here on the back part of my cheeks because I'm reserving something else for the front part. I'm going to dip right into Peach Pop right below it and put that on the front. And we'll just marry those together. This palette smells so good. This palette smells so amazing. I love this palette. And it's going to give you a nice rosy to deep peach ombre blend. And that's the reason why I adore this palette, for that reason. And because it has just a little bit of shimmer, it's also going to start the highlight process of the actual cheeks. So we'll go ahead and bronze the skin just a little bit. We're going to bronze using the Juvia's J123 Tapered Blush. And I'm going into my Black Radiant Soft Focus Finishing Powder. And this is in the Milk Chocolate Finish. And I use this just to go around the perimeters and go in underneath that contour, but just bronzing right now. And I'll squeeze the tip and go down inside of my nose. And now that that part is done, I'm going to go ahead and go into highlighter with the actual palette. I'm still using the Sugar Peach palette, the Wet and Dry palette with Too Faced. I'm going to go ahead and go into this bottom shade right here, which is Peach Honey, and hit those high points of those cheeks. Go ahead and put some right here across that brow and on the forehead and just buff that on in. So it's a very subtle. We're not doing too much right now. The real work is going to come after we put the setting powder on. Taking my finger and I'm going into the top shade. This is Peach Pearl right here on the tip of the nose. I hit down the nose. And we'll go ahead and use the same brush just to blend that out just a little. And now we will go ahead and go in and just finish that lower lash line. And we're just going to go ahead and smudge that on in with Sigma Pencil E30. And I'm just going to go ahead and smudge from the Zulu palette by Juvia's. I'm going to go ahead and take this bottom shade right here. Since I'm not interested in a really harsh line of eyeliner coming in on the actual top, I'm going back into the Julia the Warriors 2 palette. And I'm just going to grab that black, the Shawada. And I'm just going to go ahead and do a smudge line on the top. And you'll go back into your original brush you had. This is going to be the Juvia's smaller brush that I used earlier. And you're just going to smoke that out just a little bit. Now that we have that completed, I'm going to go ahead and go in with a setting spray. And I'm actually going to be using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. And while we're letting that set down, we're just going to go in with a really quick little fun lip. Nothing too big, nothing too bold. I'm actually just going to go ahead and go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Lipstick. And this is in the shade Sweet Tooth. And I'm also going to go ahead and take the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip and Love Bug. I'm going to go ahead and remove the extra lip balm I had on. And I'm going to go ahead and take Love Bug around. I like using matte liquid lipsticks as liner. And now that we have that one down, before it completely dries, I'm going to go ahead and take the L'Oreal. And as that's going in there drying, I'll take my finger and just move out the edges. Now the final thing that I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and pop on some lashes. I will go ahead and do mascara as well. But I'm actually going to be using my Jasmine Browns. And these are the JB. This is her collection, her collab she did with Allure. And we're going to go ahead and pop those on with some House of Lashes lash glue. And while we're busy letting these dry, I'll go ahead and do my mascara and go back into that highlighter one more time. And you're going to see why we spray the face with the first mist, just to kind of bring down that powdery look, so we can go in and do the final finishing touches. So as we let that lash glue dry, I'm going to go ahead and move on to other parts of my face. We're going to go ahead and take this Luxie brush that we got from our BoxyCharm this month. This is the Luxie 141. This is the round mini, the gold glitter handle. And I'm just going to go ahead and wet this brush just a little bit with the Morphe. And I'm going to go back into my Too Faced palette, and I'm going to be using Peach Pearl. And I'm just going to hit the insides right here. And we'll go on with a little bit more highlighter on top. You'll see it's really beaming now. We'll go ahead and throw on our Ulta Beauty Limited Lashes, top and bottom. So now that we're letting that finish, we'll go ahead and go in and finish fixing this highlighter that's right here above my lip before I forgot about it. And you'll see I got mascara right there. I don't know how I got mascara up that high, but we'll fix that. So now we're going to go ahead and go in with the lashes, and we're going to go ahead and put those on. Now that we have the lashes on, we're going to go ahead and clean back up these brows. We're going to go ahead and set them to get all of the loose powder and everything out of them. And these are going to be very natural brows, and I'm pretty cool with that. Now we're going to go ahead and take a spoolie, and we're going to get rid of this mascara that got everywhere. Just flake it off. Now that we got all of that completely done, now we're going to go ahead and go in just one more time and just hit underneath those actual brows just to give it a little bit more pop. And then we'll go ahead and just blend it out. I'm going to go ahead and use my #1 setting spray now that we have that completed and done out. And this setting spray has never let me down, never gave me any problems. I don't have transfer issues unless the makeup is crappy. Past that point, I don't have transfer issues or anything like that. This is going to be the makeup finishing spray, and this is in Bridal. And this is by Skindinavia. Go ahead and give it a final set. This is my favorite setting spray. Okay, and this is going to be that final look once the setting spray actually set down on the actual face. And we went ahead and put on just a little bit of jewelry so we can get ready to go out and go hang out with the kids today. But anyhow, this is going to be just a quick look for you to get through when you're going out, hanging out, having fun, or just something really quick when you need to go run errands. But because this is Thanksgiving week, I did want to give you an option since so many people are so busy this week. But again, my normal upload schedule will be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But because it's Thanksgiving, most people are off work or getting off work a little early. Family and friends, you know, unwind down time. I wanted to give you just a little bit more. Thank you once again for coming to my channel and spending time with me today. I hope you and your family and your friends have a blessed Thanksgiving. And until next time, thank you, YouTube.